This is my 1983 Porsche 944 and I've owned it for 3 days. I plan on doing a restoration of this car on YouTube over the next couple of months, so hopefully you'll check it out. This car has brown paint, brown dash, brown seats, and brown carpet. In 1983 they said, "How much brown do you want?" And the only answer was all of it. I'm going to take you on a tour around this car and show you the condition of it. But before we get to that, I have the Carfax for the car here, and I want to read some of these things to you. Now, I think most people know what a Carfax is, but for anybody that doesn't, you can pay about 50 bucks, go online, put in the vehicle number for your car, and it'll give you a full history of your car, all the insurance, all of the registrations, where it was registered, when, the mileage reports. So that's what I have here, and some of this is quite interesting. So I pulled it on this car, and let's see. So the earliest known registration for this car that I have on here is in 1990. This car was registered on February 8th, and it was registered in Idaho, where this car was originally from. The registration continues through 1995, and then on September 8th of 1995, the car was imported from the USA into Canada. So it's been in Canada for about 30 years almost. And then on March 15th of 2000, there was an insurance claim on this car. So if I go up to look in the accident damage section, there was a $6,966 payout from insurance for a fire. So apparently this car came with the very sought after Blaupunkt audio system. Somebody had broken into the car, stolen the radio, left all the wires. Some wires got crossed, the car caught on fire. I'm not sure the extent of the damage, but it was all fixed through insurance. It looks good. It was 24 years ago. But it's interesting to see that this car had previously been on fire. So then it goes through 2007, 2008, 2009, and the last known registration of this vehicle was 13 years ago on June 1st, 2011. It was the last time it was registered, and the 2011 stickers are still on the license plate. So this car has presumably not moved for 13 years. The owner tells me that he last started it in 2020, but I have my doubts on that. So the car should start as long as it has gas and spark and compression. It should be good, which I think it does, but we'll get to that later in either this video or next video and check that out and see if we can get it started. But I didn't want to start the car before now because it's got really old gas in it. And also some other fluids as well. And I heard there's an issue with some of the belts and the valves and things that I need to be aware of. So I don't want to start it just yet. I want to clean a lot of those things up, get the old gas out of it, get some new gas into it, and then we'll do that. Also, this car doesn't have a battery, so yeah, I need to get that fixed up. But yeah, let me give you a tour around the car and show you all about it and tell you some things about it. There we go. So overall the car is in actually pretty good shape. There's some paint and things missing. Some of the paint is flaking off, but it's pretty dry here, so metal doesn't really rust in this climate. So there's not really much rust on it. Got a flat tire there. Paint missing here, a bit of a dent there, can probably be popped out. A little bit of rust around the antenna, and the antenna is missing. This was a telescoping antenna, so it popped up out of the fender. Otherwise, the fenders and everything are pretty good. Bit of a low tire there as well. This car actually does have the optional alarm security system as well. So one keyhole to lock the door and another keyhole to set the alarm. That's how it was done 30 years ago. 40 years ago. I guess this car is 41 years old. No rust here neither. Really good shape. The body is remarkably good. A couple other little pieces of paint got chipped off here as well, some dings. paint here from rocks and things that would spit up from the front. And yeah, I mean, everything is pretty good. Another ding here. This mirror works. And oddly enough, so this is pretty much the only major damage on the car, and it's been sitting for 13 years, and a week ago, the previous owner dropped his motorcycle on it, so bummer about that, I guess. So I'm not sure how to get that fixed, but I'll figure something out. Otherwise, really good. I mean, the windshield wipers got a bit of rust on them, and the headlights apparently work from what I've told. They pop up and down. There's a bit of rust here. It's got the North American bumpers on it. License plate holder I need to take off. Again, some paint that's flaking away here. The old Porsche emblem. Yeah, a bit of rust here as well. Otherwise, really good. This thing is really clean. A rear wiper on a hatchback. Pretty funny to see. Yeah, so let's check out the inside. So climbing inside to the Porsche, there's an interesting way to open the door there. And just listen to the way this door closes. Click. I love how that sounds. Okay, so we've got brown doors, full brown interior. This thing just smells like 1983. This seat has a cover on it, and I haven't taken the cover off yet. I'm assuming it's probably all torn up and pretty nasty under there. Parking brake here, which surprisingly works. The carpet is pulling away in places. I'm not sure how to reattach that, but I'll have to figure something out. It needs a vacuum, that's for sure. And there's the steering wheel and no airbag, of course. And the airbag, the steering wheel is, the stitching is good there, but all around the wheel, it's kind of has split from the dryness. It's just so dry here. And there's the shifter, and I don't know if this is from the car. It looks like somebody actually just cut it out from a piece of carpet. And all the different switches and things I'll go through once we get the car started. And I'm not sure what was supposed to cover this, but apparently Earl's Cabinet Shop made something to fit in there, so props to Earl's. Here's the center armrest. And if you have any cassette tapes, you can just pop them right in here and they'll be totally safe in here. Here is the antenna that goes outside, that goes up and down. I'm not sure if we can reattach that. A bunch of random screws. I have no idea where those go. And there's the passenger seat. Interestingly enough, the carpet that's on this door doesn't match the carpet that's on this door. That's weird. But let's climb inside. $22,000 miles. This is a US car, so it is in miles. Hazard lights, defrost, all your different gauges. You want cold? There you go. You want hot? And there you go. There's hot and cold back in 1983. Different lights for these. It's just so cool looking at these. Like I said, the original stereo was stolen, so this is kind of in here for now. And the dash is not very good. So it's very cracked up just from being so dry here. So I'm going to have to find a way to recover the dash and clean it. Otherwise, really, oh, check this out. So here's the Porsche emblem. And you flip it over and there's a keyhole. That's super cool. Yeah. There's the glove box with some wiring of some kind. And also in 1983, power windows. That's crazy. Look how big these switches are. Cool. But it is brown. Brown carpet, again, pulling away from everywhere just because it's so dry in here. I don't know what that was. But yeah, there you go. There's the brown interior of a 1983 Porsche 944. I forgot to mention there actually is a back seat in this car, but it's really nothing more than a shelf. There's no way you'd have legroom back there, but it apparently is a back seat. Now, coming outside of the car, there is a sunroof on this car, but it's completely manual. So if you want to open up the sunroof, there's no button. You have to manually loosen these clips that are on here. Take out the sunroof manually, you pop it out, you lift it out, and then once you have it out, you come back here to the back. Oh, it's heavy. And then once you have the trunk open, this is a leather bag that zips open, and the bag actually holds your roof. That was a sunroof in 1983. Oh, and by the way, more brown. Here's the spare tire. So it goes in the trunk. It does not go underneath the car. As far as I know, you can't see it from underneath. It's just underneath this carpet, but it's inside the actual trunk itself. And there's the rest of the car. So that's it. That's my 1983 Porsche 944. I'll be restoring everything on this car that's wrong with it. Dealing with the paint and some of the dents and the door on the other side. The interior and the carpet and whatever's underneath this seat that I have to take a look at. Fixing the gas struts on the hood and the rear. It needs a battery and I haven't started it yet, so this weekend I'm gonna be trying to get this started and seeing how that goes. Hopefully the engine is all good, which I think it is. But yeah, let me know what you think. All right, now it's time to tackle the interior in the front. We got the back all cleaned out and vacuumed and put back together. And now let's check out this side. Okay, I was trying to get the seat out without removing this cover because I thought it'd be easier to take the cover off after I got the seat out. But the cover's getting in the way, so I'm just going to have to take it off now. So we're finally going to get to see what's underneath this cover. Here we go. Oh boy. So this isn't actually too bad. Structurally it seems fine. It's just looks like the leather is just kind of pulled away from itself. But there doesn't seem to be any pieces missing. But that's a seat. That is a seat. So what you want to do to get this seat out is there was a bolt in here and I just used a 10mm socket to get it out once I slid the seat all the way back. Same thing on the other side. There was a 10mm bolt in there. And same thing on the back. You just slide the seat all the way forward. Bend the seat forward and then just use the 10mm socket to get those two bolts out. And now we'll just lift the seat out and take it right out of the car. One seat out of a Porsche 944. Here's the seat that came out of the driver's side. And here is what was under the seat from the driver's side. So we got a little plastic washer, it looks like. A penny, a couple quarters, some change, a US quarter, toonie, loony. Got a couple of bucks here anyway. So we'll get all this cleaned up as well and see if we can save the carpet. That's it for this video. If you liked it, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.